How's it going? My name is Brent. I'm going to be doing your eye inspection today. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with palpations. I'm going to go ahead and palpate your frontal bone first, just to find, if there's any abnormalities, and I'm going to compare it bilaterally to make sure it feels the same on both sides. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and move down to your nasal bone. And I'm looking for the same thing. If there's any, depression of the bone or anything, or if it's, leaning more one way than the other. After that, we're going to go ahead and move down to your zygomatic bone. It's right where the cheeks are. Right there. Nothing abnormal there. Go ahead and go back up to your orbital bone, See if there's any fractures or anything in there. That feels alright. And then lastly, I'm going to go ahead and go down to your maxilla. You got a nice thick mustache in the way there. Alright. You want to make sure to press down not too hard, but you don't want to go too soft. You might not be able to find any abnormalities or anything. And also, when you're doing your palpations too, you want to go ahead and do your general inspections. And when you're doing your general inspections, you're looking for any abnormalities in the eyelids. Is there any styes or lacerations or maybe swelling? This may be a sign of infection or something along those lines. And then you also want to go ahead and take a close look, not with the ophthalmoscope yet, but just with your bare eyes. If there's any discoloration in the eye or in the cornea, and if it's milky or clear or anything. All right, so next I'm going to go ahead and use the pen light on Jose. I'm going to take his pupillary response. So you want to go ahead and stand to the side and have Jose. I'm going to have you look at a stationary object on the wall. So you can go ahead and look at that black dot right there on the wall. Is that okay? Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to bring it slowly in to the side. We're not just going to hold it straight ahead of his eye and just flash it on him. So I'm going to go ahead and have the light and then bring it in, and then I'm going to bring it right back out, and I'm going to check his pupillary response. Okay, is that you ready? Okay, and then you want to make sure to get the other side and compare bilaterally. Okay, and you had a normal pupillary response on both sides, so that's a good sign. Alright, next I'm going to go ahead and do the eye tracking test. And you can use any object. You use a pen light. I'll go ahead and use a pen. So Jose, I'm going to need you to follow my pen. You want to be sure to stand back a good amount, because if you're too close, they might go cross-eyed. Too far away, it might defeat the purpose of the test. So just follow my pen, alright, Jose? And that test looked good. The eyes were following it pretty well. And when you're doing that eye tracking test, you want to look for maybe any eyes to not be able to go up one way or go down, sideways, or if they go cross-eyed suddenly during the test. That could be signs of something wrong with the eyes. Alright, next I'm going to go ahead and use the ophthalmoscope. And what we're looking for on the ophthalmoscope is when you're using your red lens, you're going to be looking for the optic disc, and when you're using the green lens, you're going to be looking for the cornea. So what you want to do first is adjust your ophthalmoscope to your eyes. So how you can do that is when you're adjusting with the red lens, you're going to want to look at an object, maybe that's across the room, and you're going to want to go ahead and try to focus on that. So let's see here. Alright, and I'm focused in, and it looks like my lens are on 1. So that's what I'm going to be looking for when I'm looking at Jose's optic disc here. Where you want to be standing is a little bit off to the side. And can you scoot up a little bit actually? You want to be standing to the side of your patient, and you want to have them focus on a stationary object. In this case, we'll have them looking at the black line, or that black dot again on the wall. And when I'm looking at the right eye, I want to place my left hand right here, thumb under the eye, and the rest of my fingers on top. And this is so I can rest my head on my forehead on my hand instead of doing forehead to forehead with Jose. So I'm going to go ahead and test that now. really soft disc in there. And you're just looking for any abnormalities. You're going to be looking at them bilaterally. And you also want to make sure to look at his fovea too, inside there. So actually, let me go back and look at that. Okay, and everything looks good in that eye. And you're going to want to make sure to compare bilaterally. So I'm going to go ahead and do this on this other eye. Okay, and they look the same on both sides, so that's a really good sign. Again, you want to look for any abnormalities, and it may be hard to see, but that's why we compare bilaterally to see if there's any differences in both eyes. Alright, now I'm going to be looking at Jose's cornea, so you're going to want to switch to your green lens. This is for looking at things close up. And the best way to adjust this is by holding your hand 3 inches from your face, and then you're going to be looking at it, and you're going to be looking for the lines on the back of your hand. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And it looks like I'm at about 8. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing, the same placement of my hands and the same positioning. I stand to the side of Jose, and I'm just going to be examining the cornea with the ophthalmoscope here. So can you focus on that black dot again? Okay, it looks good. And you're going to be looking for the same thing that you were on the general inspection, except now with the ophthalmoscope, you're going to be getting a lot closer up view. You can see any small lacerations. You might be wanting to look at the teardrop shape of the cornea. That may be a sign of a laceration. Other things like that, discoloration. All right, Jose, can you look at that dot again? All right, and everything looks good in that eye too. Okay, that's all I have for now. My name is Bruno Mario, and today I'm going to be doing the Snellen eye chart exam with Spencer here. And Spencer, he wears glasses and participates in his events with his glasses on, so today we will be conducting the test with his glasses on. So first things first, I had Spencer walk back 20 feet, and I actually had it pre-measured beforehand, and I set down a piece of tape, so he's standing at 20 feet now. What I'm going to have Spencer do is cup one of his eyes when we conduct this exam. So for example, if he's doing it with the right eye first, I'm going to have him cup his left eye, and then vice versa when he's using his left eye. After that's done, we're going to have him go ahead and do it again, except he's not going to cup any of his eyes, and he's going to be using both of his eyes to do the exam. And if you can see here on the lines, there's 2200, 2100, 2070, 2050, 2040, 2030, 2025, and 2020 being perfect vision. So if Spencer is able to read to line 8, then he has 20/20 vision. However, if he reads halfway and he gets it wrong, we go up one line to line 7, and he would have 20/25 vision. So, do you understand, Spencer, what you're going to be doing on this test?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to have you go ahead and cup your left eye first, and you're going to be using your right eye for the exam. And I want you to read from the top down. Since you're starting with your right eye, I want you to read from right to left. Okay? Whenever you're ready, go ahead and start from line 1.
E P F Z O T D E P L. That's kind of hard to see because it's clear. D F C E P. P C C F B E. D Z P E. D Z P O L T P.
Okay, so Spencer was only able to read halfway through line 7, so we would go ahead and jump a line up to line 6, and Spencer has 20/30 vision in his right eye. So we're going to go ahead and repeat this exam with Spencer's left eye now. So Spencer, can I have you cup your right eye? And this time, when you're reading from the top line down, I want you to read from left to right, okay? All right, whenever you're ready.
E F P T O Z L P E B P E C F. Is that F? M D E D
Okay, so Spencer was able to read to line 7. When he got to line 8, he was not able to make out the line, so we would go ahead and include that with line 7. So he has 20/25 in his left eye, 20/30 in his right eye. Now for the last portion of this test, I'm going to have Spencer uncover both of his eyes, and he's going to read from the top down, and you're going to be reading it from left to right. And whenever you're ready, Spencer, go ahead.
E F P T O Z L P E D P E S or P E C F D E D F C Z P F E L O P Z D, and the glare is just right on that last one.
Okay. So
I'm gonna try D E F T O Z E O.
all right, so Spencer was not able to finish line 8, so we're going to go up a line, and Spencer was able to read up to line 7 with both of his eyes, so 20/25 when he used both of his eyes. And that's going to conclude our test for today. Thank you.